Hey, it's Aysia. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. This is my long-awaited eyebrow tutorial. I'm going to go over everything from prep into fleekage. So if you'd like to see that, stay tuned. To start off this tutorial, I'm going to show how I prep my natural eyebrows. I arch my eyebrows using two tools. First, I'm going to go in using this Tinkle Rose. Yes, that's literally what it's called. It's a Tinkle Rose razor. I got this from the hair store and it's roughly $1. I use this to clean up my eyebrows, and it's an amazing tool to take off a lot of forehead fur at the same time. The second tool that I use for my eyebrows is tweezers. So there are two different types of tweezers that you can choose from. These are what I'm going to call flathead tweezers. You can pull off a bunch of hair with these tweezers. I don't really like that because I feel like I have less control and I'm more likely to go bald on my face. So I like the pointy tweezers, which these are them. They're wonderful. You get very precise pluckage with these. I just probably made that word up, but I love these tweezers. These tweezers were roughly like $6 at CVS, so I highly recommend the pointy ones. Okay, and here's where things get kind of technical. So I'm going to take my razor, I'm going to line it up with the side of my nose, and that's where I want to mark where my eyebrow should begin. Then again, I'm going to go under my nose and line it up with the side of my eye, and that's where I want my eyebrow to end. For my arch, I just kind of eyeball it. I go for the highest point of my eyebrow that naturally occurs already, and I'm just going to mark right there using eyeliner. The eyeliner thing is more so if you're a beginner or if you're trying to show things off via YouTube tutorial, but whatever. So I'm going to go in using my razor, and I'm going to lightly use downward motions along the top and side of my brow, just getting rid of any loose forehead fur. Next, I'm going to take my razor and I'm going to clean up under my eyebrows. I do this very lightly. I don't use this step to actually arch my eyebrows. I rather use my tweezers for that. But for this, I'm just getting rid of any excess fur so I don't have to pluck as much. I kind of turn red like a tomato. You'll see it in a second. It's kind of ridiculous. During this step, I also get rid of my unibrow by using short motions in the middle of my forehead. Alright, now that my eyebrows have almost been led to greatness, let's try to make them super great. Using my fine point tweezers, I'm going to take out individual hairs very, very slowly. For this, I'm just going to follow the natural arch of my eyebrow, making sure to put into regard the high point of my brow. That's kind of where I want the super arched part to be. That's kind of weird to describe, but yeah. If you have a semi-furry face like I do, then it might be a good idea to brush your eyebrows upward and then continue to tweeze so you can see more of your natural arch. After brushing my eyebrows upward, I'm going to very, very slowly pluck each hair out of my eyebrow. That sounds kind of violent and kind of like it hurts, but after a while, I guess you get used to it. It becomes therapeutic. You know that you're in control of your face. You know that someone isn't snatching your eyebrows using thread at like 60 miles per hour. So it's wonderful. Also, let's talk money for a second. So in Columbus, Ohio, it costs $12 every single time that you get your eyebrows threaded. So 12 times the 2 times that you have to go every month, times that by 12, you will be saving a whopping $288 by doing your eyebrows yourself. And you will get the wonderful luxury of being able to control how much fur comes off your face. Like, how many times have you walked away from that freaking chair and your bald head? Yeah, that doesn't happen when you do it yourself, so you're welcome. If you want a basic method for how I pluck my eyebrows, I kind of just work my way up and pluck little by little, very slowly. That way, I don't look like a naked mole rat. And after we're all done getting all that excess fur off of our faces, we're going to wipe our brows using witch hazel. This will get rid of any ridiculous redness. I'm not going to lie and say I'm not going to be red when we zoom out in like 2 seconds, but it will make the redness better and make your eyebrows feel more soothed. And my final brow product is here. So I like my eyebrows to be semi-natural, so when they are not filled in, they don't look ridiculous. But now it's time to go to the filling step. The first step to filling in your eyebrows is picking out a tool to use. My favorite tool is the Anastasia BH number 12 brush, just because it has an angled side, which I use to actually apply product, and on the opposite end there's a spoolie, so you can brush out any harsh lines or clumps or anything like that. It was the first brush I bought, but this thing is $18. If you're looking for something with a better price point, I would recommend this Ardell brush. I got this from CVS and it's $4. There are a few differences between these two brushes. The Ardell brush has a spoolie and an angled side that are a little bit more fluffy than Anastasia Beverly Hills, so you have less precision. But for the price point and the fact that you can use concealer, I think it's honestly a great trade-off. The second thing that you need for your eyebrows is something to fill it in. Some kind of sticky and waterproof product that complements your hair color. At the beginning of this super defined eyebrow trend, Anastasia Beverly Hills ruled the market with this pomade. However, with an $18 price point, we will not be using it today. Instead, I'm going to show you a fun way to do your eyebrows with things you already have. Instead of using fancy pants Anastasia Beverly Hills, I will be using this black eyeshadow to fill in my eyebrows today. I recommend that when you're choosing an eyeshadow shade, you choose whatever color best complements your hair and your skin tone. The last thing that you're going to need for your eyebrows is some concealer. Today I'm going to use my Born This Way concealer in the color tan, but I will be a horrible spokesperson and let you know that LA Girls Cosmetics is life, and they have a concealer that you can find at Walgreens, and it's super cheap. Heck yeah. Finding a concealer is really easy. All you're looking for is a concealer that's slightly lighter than your skin tone, and it blends very well. Now that I have all my products together, it's time to fill in my brows. The first thing that I do when I fill in my brows is brush all of the hairs in the same direction. I kind of have long eyebrow hairs, so this helps make the application process go on a lot smoother. Next, I'm going to apply NYX eyeshadow primer on my eyebrows just to increase the longevity of my brows throughout the day. I find that this primer helps to control the oils on my face, so that helps waterproof my brows and create a great base for the shadows to come. So I'm super excited to tell you this. This is my secret weapon for elongating your eyebrows using this technique. I am going to outline my brows using liquid eyeliner. Trust me, it'll be wonderful. Using light strokes, I'm going to line the top and bottom of my eyebrows using this liquid eyeliner. I do want to note that this eyeliner should match the color that you chose for your eyeshadow at the beginning. If you're unable to find a liquid liner that matches the shadow that you chose, then I would recommend using a pencil instead. Sharpening your eyeliner pencil to its maximum peakness should give you the same sharp shape. Now that I've made myself look completely insane, I'm going to blend out those harsh eyeliner lines using my spoolie. My little technique for doing this, my lower line, I brush it upward, and then the upper line, I brush it downward. Just so I can brush it towards a major portion of my eyebrow, and it made it look more realistic and less drawn on, less like I just applied eyeliner on my eyebrows. After blending out those harsh lines, I'm going to apply my Control Freak gel for my eyebrows. Also, if you have regular gel, you can use that, just a side note. Using the eyebrow gel here creates a sticky base for the eyeshadow that I'm going to use to fill in my brows. This step is where my eyebrows are really elevated to another level. All that work is going to be worth it. So I'm using my shadow that I showed you earlier, the black from LA Girl Cosmetics, and I'm going to apply that all over the major portion of my eyebrow. When filling in my brows, I start off with the outer tail and I slowly make my way in towards the middle of my brow. I make sure I apply a lot of product because I don't like any bald spots. Definitely with shadow, I feel like it's more likely to happen. So you can apply this shadow very liberally to your brow. To fill in my brow, I'm going to use short motions in the direction that my hair naturally grows in. However, I am going to stop liberally applying shadow when I get to the very front of my eyebrows. Doing so allows me to control the amount of product at the front of my brows, keeping them from looking blocky or cartoonish. To create a very natural-like eyebrow, I'm going to apply very little shadow to the front of my brow. Without dipping back into the shadow, I'm going to line the top and bottom of my eyebrow and then smudge in some more color in the center. When I get to the very edge of my eyebrow, I'm going to brush upward to mimic the natural growth of my brows. Also, remember that the spoolie is your best friend. I'm going to brush my eyebrows upward in the very front of my eyebrow to mimic the natural growth of my brows, like I said 2 seconds ago. And then I'm going to alternate and fill in any spots that I find out are bald and unfleek-like. After filling in all my eyebrows, I'm ready to go ahead and conceal and perfect even more. Taking a tiny dollop of my Born This Way concealer in the color tan and an angled elf brush, this little puppy is going to be a $1, so it's amazing. I'm going to line the lower and upper portion of my eyebrow. Starting with my lower eyebrow, I'm going to apply the concealer following my natural arch, and then I'm going to blend downwards, making the makeup blend seamlessly with the rest of my face. After blending the concealer downward using my e.l.f. brush, I'm going to use my finger and blend in the rest. I try not to blend the concealer at the very front of my brow until the end because I like to blend that upward to maintain a natural looking eyebrow shape. Finally, I use leftover concealer to clean up the top of my brows. And I lock my brows in place using a little bit of eyebrow gel. And these are my final eyebrows. I hope you enjoyed my super intense eyebrow video. If you did, please hit a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe if you would like more videos. Thank you. See you later.